Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Zubaida. And my name is Nur Fatia binti Fazidun. Matric number is J21A0903. Now I will present my part, which is objective. For this lab conduct, our objectives was first, to learn about the method of making biodegradable plastic from potato starch and laboratory starch, which is bioplastic. Second, to compare the level of biodegradability of handmade plastic potato starch with laboratory starch. Lastly, to acknowledge the advantage of bioplastic by using from bioproduct or potatoes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hairatullah bin Abdul San. I will present about introduction. Fossil fuel-based plastics are non-renewable, harmful to health and marine life, and rely on imported resources. Recycling these plastics remains low, pushing the needs for sustainable alternatives like recycled or bio-based materials. Bioplastics made from natural sources like starch or cellulose. These materials are renewable and biodegradable and free from harmful additives. Scientists are improving their strength and flexibility to match traditional plastics. As consumers and governments demand cleaner solutions, industry are increasingly turning to bioplastics, can reducing their reliance on petroleum and cutting greenhouse gas emissions. Thank you.
Okay, next I will present material. For this lab conduct, the material that will be used was 5 potatoes, 1.5 ml of glycerol, 100 ml water, 5 gram of laboratory starch. While for the apparatus, we will use beaker, potato peeler, knife, blender, petri dish, spatula, laboratory analytical weighing balance. Okay, next, for the methodology for this lab experiment was first, the 5 potato wash before peel off and cut down to dice form by using knife. Next, the diced form of potatoes will be put into the beaker before going to blender. Next, add some water to the blender containing diced form of potato before blends until got the even paste. Next, the potatoes that have been blended will be poured into a beaker and will be put into a freezer for about 24 hours. Next, after 24 hours, the potatoes blend resulted as divided to several layers, which the bottom one with white color was starch, which is the main material for this lab conduct, will be collected into petri dish by put away the solution at the above slowly by using spatula and small beaker. Next, potato starch will be put together into a petri dish and will be dried into oven overnight. Next, potato starch will be weighed after 24 hours of overdrying and will be noted. And for laboratory starch, 100 ml of water and 5 grams of laboratory starch will be put into a 250 ml beaker. Next, heat at 85 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. The solution will be mixed constantly. The 5 minutes before finish the experiment, turn off the temperature and add 1.5 of glycerol while constantly mix. 45 grams of the solution will be poured into petri dish and leave the plastic in oven at temperature 40 degrees Celsius overnight until it dry. As the handmade potatoes, plastic touch and laboratory plastic touch completely dry, both will be cut into 7 pieces and weighed each one before plant it into the soil and will be weighed day by day until it fully disposed. Thank you.
Next, move to part result. The result shows the second day for the first sample is 0.916 gram. This indicates a heavy weight due to soil and stones sticking to the starch. Not only that, rain factors and moist soil also cause starch to clump. Based on disposal result for handmade potato, starch is shorter than starch. This is because potatoes contain sugar, protein, and vitamins that accelerate microbial activity. Not only that, potato structure is more accessible to microorganisms compared to pure starch, which is more complex and concentrate.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Saira Mesan bin Said Ismail. My matric number is J21A1072. Today I will present about discussion. The production and testing of bioplastic using potato and tapioca starch demonstrated significant biodegradability, highlighting their potential as eco-friendly alternative to petroleum-based plastic. Observation revealed that all samples made from tapioca starch experienced weight reduction and were fully decomposed by day 2, except for sample 1. Similarly, bioplastic derived from potato starch show rapid decomposition, with 4 samples degrading entirely within the first day and the rest by day 2. This result underscores the high biodegradability of starch-based bioplastic, making them environmentally sustainable. However, their rapid decomposition may limit their utility for long-term application, suggesting the need for further research to balance biodegradability with durability. This aligns with global effort to reduce reliance on fossil fuel while mitigating plastic waste and environmental damage. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. I am Fakro, so let's continue questions. Question number one, why we use potato as a raw material for production of bioplastic, and can you suggest other material and why? So the reasons for using potatoes is because it has abundant starch content, which is that potatoes contain around 17 to 20% starch, making them an efficient source for polymer production. The next one is it's also renewable and biodegradable, which is the bioplastic derived from potato starch break down naturally, reducing environmental impact compared to the petroleum-based plastic. So, suggest another material. So, alternative materials for bioplastic production is that you can also use chitin and chitosan because it is derived from the crustacean shells. Uh, from the seafood waste, which is biodegradable and offers antimicrobial properties. Question number two, what is the function of glycerol? So the function of glycerol acts as a plasticizer in the bioplastic, increasing the flexibility and reducing brittleness. By enhancing polymer chain mobility, it also improves the processability and elasticity, but can absorb the moisture, affecting stability. It also cost effective and non-toxic. It's ideal for food safe applications. And question number three, what is the process involved in the production of bioplastic? So the first process is the cassava starch plant itself, which to be extracted from the cassava roots. The next process is the starch powder. The extracted starch is dried and processed into a fine powder. And the next process is gelatinization process. The starch powder is mixed with water and heated to form a gelatinized solution, which is then molded into thin films. And the next step is the starch film. The gelatinized starch is dried to create a transparent and flexible bioplastic film. So the last process is the biodegradation, which is the starch film is tested for its biodegradability by placing it in compost where it fully decomposes within 18 days. So that is all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, this experiment has been successfully. Bioplastic made from potato and starch can be disposed for 3 days. This shows that food source can also produce bioplastic, therefore can reduce the release of carbon dioxide in the airspace and can dispose of plastic more quickly.